So I cleaned the tractor. Yeah, I'm gonna go get it dirty again.
So this is going to be fun. I got it in here by myself. Usually I have a boy hold the garage door up. Coming in was pretty easy. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get out without hitting the garage door. So here we go. Now it's right about here that I have to watch out because I got lights up above. And I don't like that door open. We'll try this one. That looks about the same. We're just going to closely watch here. See what happens. Will it lift? It did. Alright, so I know the backside won't be an issue, or it shouldn't be. We did it! I'm not sure why my bucket was down so low. Anyway, we're going over here. The plan is to put in a ramp system for the tractor to go in and out of the shed. I'm not sure how well this is going to work, but I'll show you when we get over there. I think that little divot needs to be knocked down. Yeah, we got that knocked out. Now I got to knock this other one down because I'm gonna need all the room in here I can get. I don't want the tractor tipping. I'm still somewhat skittish about the tippiness of this. And I'm taking this slow. I don't want to bend any ramrods. Just making sure the bucket's empty. Now we're going to back up and just see what that looks like. And that's a lot flatter. We're just going to head over here. I'm going to tell you guys in a second what we're going to try.
I cleaned her. Not a lot, but I did clean her. As you can see, the glass and everything isn't all dusty. She looks pretty good. But we're gonna make her dirty again. So these ramps were installed basically make it easier for me to get in and out of the shed. What I was having an issue with initially when I first got the tractor was there was really no way. I mean, I could have done it, but you know, that's a good, you know, 6 to 8 inch step up. So what we're gonna do here today is we're gonna remove these ramps because these were temporary, and we're going to attempt to put in a cement slab. I plan on incorporating these into it. And when we're done with this, if it turns out the way I hope it does, you'll see what we're going to do with the actual ramps. One of my issues with the ramps right here is this can get pretty slick in the winter time, and I don't want that going in and out. That could be a problem. So hang in there, like, subscribe, and share, and don't do what I do. So basically, all I was really doing here is, oh, there goes my camera. All I'm really doing here is just trying to dig out this portion right in here where you see I've got it down lower. I'm actually going to come back with the box blade, and I'm going to probably plow it back in more up in a hill. This has to all be about 4 inches thick for what I'm about to try to do as far as making a cement ramp. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Pretty sure it's going to come out good. I got basically the base all cleared out, and this is what I got now. What I'm trying to do is frame this off and then backfill a little bit. We're running out of daylight, but you can see I've got some rocks down in there. I'll probably go over this again tomorrow in the morning. but I got some rocks right down in there. The rocks are just basically to build it up a little bit, and I'm gonna backfill right down in here and backfill right over here. And I do have to measure out, you know, the ramps. I don't think it's that big of a deal where the ramps are. I do have some rebar, which is good. I'm gonna put the rebar in there. When you're actually doing this, what you need to do is you have to have, you know, it's gonna be a floating slab. What you need is a minimum of 4 inches. And that way the 4 inches can rise and fall with the frost heaves. I don't know, we'll see. So it's Friday. I had to go get some dog food and some cold snacks. But this is where we're at right now. And I only have today and maybe tomorrow, because tomorrow I have to actually pack up and leave. I hate leaving. I love staying up here. Anyway, this is what we got. I got the forms all put in and dug out, and I put in these pieces of rebar. I honestly don't think that the rebar is necessary. I think that's overkill given the steel ramps that I've got here. These steel ramps are about roughly 2 inches, maybe 2.5 inches thick, and they were actually working for, you know, what I was doing with this tractor, which is only about I think 1,400 pounds. They were fine. I just wanted a cement ramp, and I'm like, I'm not getting rid of these metal ramps. My ultimate goal is I'm going to cement everything in. I think honestly that the ramps are probably going to hold the cement together, and I think the rebar is overkill. But hey, the stronger it is, the less chance it's going to, you know, crack. What I'm building here basically is what you call a floating slab, but it's going to be on a slant, so that I have a nice ramp to get into the shed. But let's go mix some cement. So it's about 70, 72 degrees out, which is very comfortable. Even in the cab with the windows open, it's quite comfortable in here. Last week was unbearable with those 90-degree temps. Really wish I opted for the AC, but honestly, I think I only would have needed the AC this year twice. At any rate, we're about to start this thing. And for those that are wondering, it's 21.7 hours on the clock, almost halfway to the first maintenance. That is 160 pounds of cement. I'm thinking I'm going to start with that first. This stuff's hard to mix by hand. My other concern was I'm going to be adding water, so that's going to add weight. And given how when I unloaded all of the cement here, which turns out to be, I believe, 1,600 pounds of cement. I think I might have more than I need. I don't know. The tractor didn't handle too well with just... this loader is supposed to be rated for, I believe, 600 pounds or something like that, 800. I don't remember. I can't remember. I have to go look up the weight again, and I'll probably drop that down in the, down below here in the video. But as I recall, I was only about roughly 200 pounds under what the front end loader is supposed to be able to handle. Rear of the tractor was wanting to tip upward. So I know I definitely need to get some weight in the rear, and then I could probably use this, front end loader for what it's actually rated for. But for now, we're gonna go with just this 160 pounds plus however much the water ends up weighing.
All right, I don't know how much weight I got up there. don't know if I should go from the bottom up, but we're gonna start from the top anyway. And I'm gonna have to get out just to be sure. I can't tell where I am in here. I've not gotten that used to this yet. Let's see what we got.
All right, looks to me like it'll definitely make it in here. We're gonna move this rock out of here. Put it down there. Axis fill. Check the other side. See how that's looking. And we might get a little overspill. I don't know. I'm Italian, but I'm not a Mason. Sorry, guys. Don't do what I do. So that's what I got so far. I basically just used a trowel to kind of trowel it back against the front. And we're gonna come back with, I'm thinking, at least 2 more bags, maybe 3, I don't know. Mixing it's pretty tough. I don't know. Maybe I will try 3, I don't know.
This might be too much because I have to have the bucket up a little higher or I'm going to spill it. I don't really like running it that high. All right, well, we don't have too many hills over there. See what happens.
All right, this time I think I'm gonna rinse the bucket out right away. There's a lot of cement that stayed in the bucket, and we don't want that. Well, that's not good for just 3 bags. Seemed like I got further with the first 2. Oh well, this is gonna take a while. I had to scrape some of it out of the bucket. There was more than I thought. I had a lot at the bottom that wasn't wet enough. issue here is I do not have a hose to reach out here. This would be a lot easier if I had another hose. I probably should have bought one. So I'm relying on a bucket of water that I have here. Looks like maybe one more bucket full, maybe two, I don't know. We're gonna add a little water. Don't want to wash it away, I just want to make sure it's wet. This is the mess I've got now. But I've got this, and I've never actually used it. I kind of know what it's for, but honestly, do I know how to use it? No. But we're gonna find out, see if this works. So basically, this is just like a roller skate. And that doesn't look too good to me. Maybe I should go the other way. We'll try the other way. Let's see what happens. Basically, all I'm trying to do here is create a spot for a crack to go. I don't know, maybe I went too soon on this. Maybe I should have waited a little longer. I have no clue. Tell you people, don't do what I do, so. I don't know. Thinking I might just smooth that over. I don't think I like it.